What's going on, boys? How you doing? Ginger, Ricky, Andrew number two, Hamza. What's going on? Welcome. Hope you guys had a good day. I had a very good day myself. So the last couple of days, obviously, after such a huge bull run, thank you, Hamza. I appreciate that, bro. I was definitely in the zone today. After a huge run, what's up, Dhruv? How you doing? Uh, we needed some consolidation. It was very obvious. I mean, SPY was up almost 11% in about 10 days or so, since the lows here. So it's very obvious. That's why I didn't want to get too call heavy 3 or 4 days ago when everyone started grabbing calls. I was wary of this consolidation. I did want consolidation. I did want to buy the dip, but I did not want to get long after a run like this up to here and then a gap up. That's like a disaster waiting to happen. So we flipped. We switched to TSM puts. Those were over 100%. We hit a couple other puts as well. DFS was another one that's probably going to work out for next week. Financials are absolute shit. Those are the only ones I would short right now. As far as SPY goes, so on SPY, we do have a huge run up and a fat pullback. We've had a big pullback the last 3 days, but after this huge run, this is more like a bull flag to me than a breakdown. The Bears obviously want this to come right back down to the lows. The Bulls obviously want this to rip right to highs in a straight line. Stocks don't work like that. Stocks don't go straight up or straight down. They have to consolidate. And to me, right now, this is a perfectly healthy bull flag. There is a couple of red flags, like banks going down that much, and simply no one's buying banks at all. Yield curve inversion, war, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the price action right now is saying this is a bull flag, and that's how I've been playing it. Look at SPY's daily candle today. Look how they closed it. That's a hammer candle. That means a reversal is probably going to happen next week. If you go to the weekly as well, if they look, that's a ugly candle still on the weekly. So we still have some caution on Monday. But overall, I think the structure is pretty healthy for bulls. I did say I turned bullish around 1 o'clock today. The reason for that was some flow I seen. There's a couple of things I seen, some flow, and a lot of people were covering puts. So other than that, let's see what next week brings us. For now, I am pretty bullish, but obviously Monday everything can change. The one thing that I don't like is the QQQ. So there's a weekly resistance on QQQ that I've went over in the group right here. It started all the way back in February. Straight line, stopped here as resistance, finally got through, treated it as support, came back down, broke right through, tested it in January, tested it in February, no dice, and now we're testing it again in April. So we're testing it in April. As long as we're under this, I think this 372 level is going to be very, very hard on QQQ. If we get over that, I think we go right back to all-time highs. So 372 is the key for QQQ. If we get over that, I think we go right back to all-time highs. If we continue to stay back down there, we can reverse right back down, guys. Don't ever take that out of your mind. Don't get too bullish just quite yet. XLF, complete disaster in banks. The XLF is almost hiding what's actually going on in banks. If you switch to a weekly chart here, same kind of line as tech, but it was a very clear rejection on XLF. So we had this clear line since July of 2021. It's been a clear uptrend, and 1 week they flushed us in January, but they closed the weekly candle above that line again. So the close matters on this. And then they finally broke us down. Look at the candle they made February 22nd. Look at that's the, I think, no, that was a week before the war. Complete flush, and then they took the candle and closed it as a hammer almost right above that resistance line. The next week they flushed it under, came back, tested last week, tested this week, and big rejection. So XLF, and there's a lot of big put flow coming into banks, guys. So pay attention to this one. This is the one that interests me the most, short. We're under all the moving averages on the daily, whereas QQQ is well above the daily, sorry. QQQ is well above the 21-day, the 50-day, even the 8-day moving average it reclaimed today. We are still under the 200-day, which is at 369. So another 8 points up for the 200-day. SPY also on the daily above most of the moving averages. 8-day moving average is at 452.24. We closed above that one too. SPY closed over all the moving averages. QQQ closed over all of them except the 200. XLF closed below all of them. So pay attention to XLF for weakness. If you do want to short, I suggest banks are the place to be. IWM as well. We broke into that base that we were watching since January. and then rejected immediately, and now we're sitting right back down here in this base. So IWM's the exact same. Over 210 bullish, under 188 bearish, between is all chop. It's all just a base being formed. Which way do we break? I don't know. VIX was a big tell today. SPY was red, VIX was red on the day. And complete rejection from the 8-day moving average, complete rejection from the downside on the 200 SMA, which is at 2073. We got up to 2086 today and rejected immediately. So VIX is under all the moving averages. That means weakness. The weaker VIX is, the more melt up the market will do. So that's another reason why I'm bullish. ES here. Let's see where we open on Sunday night. But so far, it just looks like a base. Ignore all these lines. I need them, though. Just a bull flag, guys. I mean, we went straight from 41.29 all the way to 46.30. That's a big move in an index over a 2-week time frame. We did need some consolidation. We got some healthy consolidation. Not enough volume for me to say that's the bears showing up. That's probably just healthy profit taking. And next week we will find out if this is a bull flag that's going to break up to the upside, or is this going to come right back down in V-shape down. TSM, so one of the trades we took the other day, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, we took TSM. Same play as IWM, guys, for all you new people in here. Big base, over a year-long base. Broke underneath it finally. We spent a grand total of 1 day back inside the base, and it rejected hard. 3 days straight down. First day negative 2.3%, then negative 2.3%, today negative 1.4%. So we got a total of 100% on our puts, and I got out. I mean, that was enough downside for me. I'm happy with my profits. Does it keep going down? It's possible. Will I miss out on some games? It's possible, but at some point you just got to be happy with your gains and just take it off. You can't always just look for 1000% plays on everything. DFS, this one is set up to die. Larger time frames. I did call out these puts today. I got out of them because there wasn't much volume in them. I think they're going to work. I'm pretty confident they'll work. Financial sector is weak. Credit card companies are one of my favorite shorts. And as you guys see, there's a very clear channel here. We got up to like the midway. There's huge volume. A lot of people started selling here. If DFS takes out 108.75, I think it comes right back down to the bottom of the channel under $100. So I'm pretty confident that play works. TQQQ, we hit this one twice. Hit this one for over 100% right here. I called it out right here. This is when I started turning bullish around 1 o'clock. And just went on a straight tear, got over 100% on those. Let it die out. Grabbed it again. Hit it again for 50%. In and out. Happy with it. 0 DT. What can you expect, right? AMD. Now, this is the one I went heavy in. This is why I cut my TFS or TSM and the DFS. First of all, AMD is one of the best companies in the world. Let's get that right. Semiconductor companies are the leaders. They're some of the leaders in the market, if you guys know. Beautiful technical setup. We got huge flow, 20K. I was flipping bullish already because of the VIX thing I just explained to you. And look at this AMD. This resistance and this resistance. And we tore down. AMD, one of the best companies in the world, is down over 12% in 3 days. It took AMD about 2 weeks to gain that, and it took 3 days to lose it all. Where did we bounce today is very important. Look how accurate this candlestick is. Bounced right off. So retest the breakout and then rip. I have a target on these calls of a gap fill all the way to 118.59. How fast does it get there? Does it get there? I'm not sure. But we have 2 weeks on these calls. I'm very confident, especially with the flow that came in, especially with the VIX and the bullish signals that I got. I think these AMDs are going to pay nice, and I'm going to continue to swing them. If you guys have any questions, just ask me in the premium chat. I hope all the free members had fun today, made some money maybe. And I will have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you guys next week.